Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hey, Bill, welcome.
Hey, dude.
Welcome, welcome, Bill. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, welcome. This evening, we'll go over Forex, cryptos, and the futures market. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Stella, welcome, Stella, welcome. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Millie, welcome, welcome. Hey, Daniel, welcome, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Hey, Zaire, welcome, welcome, Zaire. Welcome.
Hey, David.
Hello. Guys, we'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Forex, cryptos, and futures. That's what we'll go over this evening. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Gary, welcome, Gary. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good, good. We'll get started shortly here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Okay, let me share my trading screen. All right. All right, so you guys should see my screen here. We'll start this evening with Bitcoin and the crypto market. Hey, Aaron, welcome, welcome, Aaron. All right. Okay, guys. So let's start with Bitcoin. You guys know the story with Bitcoin, right? We've got a sell short signal. All right, we broke that 30,000 mark right here on Bitcoin, which we've been watching for a while. Finally got to that 30,000 support level. All right, right here. So it's trading right at that support level right here. All right. What we need to see from Bitcoin this week is that it holds this 30,000 level right here. All right. We are in the markdown phase. All right. So a lot has to happen for us to get buy signals on Bitcoin, like the previous buy signals. We'll bring those in. All right. Well, let's bring those in. I'll go through the markets, all right, and then I'll open up the floor for any questions. All right. So we are still in that markdown phase, early markdown phase for Bitcoin. We've got support here at 30,000. What we need to see, all right, is we need to have to get confidence with Bitcoin, or more confident with Bitcoin to go long. A lot has to happen. All right. So don't jump in just yet. All right. The next process for Bitcoin is that we need to see new support and resistance lines come in. All right. So we need new support and resistance lines come in. All right. When we're in the markdown phase like we are here, all right, we need to look for the next support. The next, and we've been talking about this, the next support is right around 20,000. Okay, it's not major support, but there is support right here at 20,000, and Bitcoin does like these whole numbers. All right. We did make a low all the way down here to about 25,000 on Bitcoin right here. Sellers are still in control. So sellers are still in control. We are in that markdown phase. All right. The next support, all right, if we can get to 20,000 and hold in that area, all right, right, if we make some support right here at 20,000, the next move for Bitcoin, the next major support is at around 10,000 down in this area right in here. All right. So what we have to do is wait and see what the price does. Right now, Bitcoin is trading at right at 31,000. Okay, right at 31,000, but it's still falling, right? We don't have any new support and resistance to hold the price right right now. All right, so that's the story with Bitcoin. All the major cryptos that we track, okay, so Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin, they're trending, guys. They're trending to the downside. But if you look at these numbers here, these are trending numbers. So they're really trending to the downside. All right, so remember 20 and above, all right, is really trending. And if you guys look here, where Bitcoin is at 31, all right, Bitcoin Cash 35, Ethereum 35, Litecoin 34. So they're all trending down. If you look here, they're all trending down. Okay, so we just have to wait and let the price, let everything play out for Bitcoin. All right, as far as the futures market, here's the futures market. The equity markets are up right now. All right, they're up right now. The futures market, so the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P, and the Russell, they're up right now. All right, so we'll see how things open up in the morning. All right, when the equity markets open up, but our trend is down. We know that we're down, right? We're in the markdown phase with the equity markets. Okay, so Dow, S&P, Nasdaq, Russell, they're all down in the markdown phase. Okay, that's the weekly time frame. The VIX did move down a bit. It's at 28.87. All right, so it did come down a bit. So we'll see what the market does this week. All right, let's see here. So the VIX right here is definitely still up. All right, as far as Forex, all right, Let's see here. USD TRY is one of our trending pairs. You guys know we've been trading the dollar pairs, watching the dollar pairs. Okay, so that's still holding. Some of the dollar pairs have slowed down for a bit, all right, but they're still holding, all right. The Turkish pair USD TRY and EUR TRY, those are big movers, okay? So they've got to cut a nice bid and they're moving higher, all right? The yen pairs picked up speed, all right? They've retraced a bit, but they're moving short. So EUR JPY is moving short, right? Still holding, right? Pulled up a bit, but still holding on the 240. All right, CAD yen, right? So a lot of the yen pairs are, let's put them here in the short system, right? So a lot of the yen pairs are starting to move higher. Yeah, they're starting to move lower, retraced a bit, but they're still holding. All right, what we would like to see this week with the yen pairs is that, guess what? Pulled up right here. And guess what? What we would like to see is that they move down lower, start to test support down in this area again, but they're still holding their markdown phase. All right. As far as we were starting to see a nice move in the euro pairs. All right, they've pulled back a bit. All right, we might start getting sell signals in the euro pairs, but we'll wait to see. All right. Things are slowing a bit in Forex, but we could get we can see things move again. All right, most of the pairs here are still trending, right? We were all the way down in here, so a lot of the pairs all the way down in here were all trending. We're starting to see more pairs consolidate a bit, but not a major concern yet. We'll see what happens this week. We need these pairs to stay trending, but they've moved quite a bit. All right, understand that these pairs have moved quite a bit. All right, 1 second here. All right, okay, so let's take a look at as an example. All right, USD CNH. All right, understand we can still trade these pairs, but they've moved quite a bit. All right, this was the first trade here, long trade, right? USD CNH, second trade, and here it's in the third trade. Okay, so still trade them, but understand that they've moved quite a bit. All right, USD CNH. I know some of you are in this trade here. Here was the third buy signal here. Buyers are still in control, all green candles. We're in that markup phase, so there's nothing to do. The dollar index is still holding, guys, right? It's still holding. Right here is where we closed for the that's actually the monthly time frame, but last week is where we closed right at 104.65. Okay, so the dollar is still holding here. All right, I'm gonna open up the floor. Any questions for me? Any symbols you guys want to take a look at? Anything at all you guys want to take a look at? Any peers you guys want to take a look at?
Is
Yeah,
there,
David, you want? Go ahead, Gary.
yeah. Is there a pair right now that you caught that we should be getting into right now in Forex?
Oh, everything has moved quite a bit. Let's see. What time frame are you looking at? The 240, Gary, or 30? What time frame?
Yeah, 240 in daily.
240 daily. I wouldn't go daily.
Okay.
Minimum, I would say 30 minutes. You might still have some opportunities with the dollar pairs. They've moved so far though. I mean, look at this USD CHF. right? Buy signal here, it's all the way up here. CAD closed. 1 second here. Let's see here. If you wanted to take a position, USD DKK, that's still okay. Let's see here. We're getting up, we're getting deep in that markup phase, okay? So you want to be concerned with that. What I would recommend, I mean, the dollar is still holding, right? The dollar index is still holding, Gary. So here is one here, USD DKK. Understand that with, you know, if you haven't taken any of these trades, this one, this is a third trade here. You can still trade, but understand, like I said, we're getting high here in that markup phase. Okay, that's reaccumulation here. So here is the most recent buy signal on USD DKK right here on this break of this resistance right here. We've got a buy signal right here. All right, and the price is right here. Right, it's pulled back a bit. All green candles, right? Nice in that markup phase. You could take a trade here. All right, but understand, if you take this trade, you're going to have to stay in, all right, on that 4-hour time frame, and you have to hold on to that trade.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a good one here. If you can also trade it, you can trade it on the 30-minute. All right, so let's see what it's doing on the USD DKK. All right, but I think that's a good one on the 240. All right, for you. If you wanted to scalp it on the 30, I would just wait. All right, wait for a buy signal on the 30-minute time frame. But it looks good on the 240. Let's see if we have any more. USD ZAR would be a we've got purple support and resistance. So as you guys know, that when we get purple support and resistance, right, that means we're getting lower highs, lower lows. So price is struggling. I don't like this one as much. All right, I don't like this one as much, right? Let's see here. We know about USD TRY. That's left the building. Let's see here, purple support and resistance.
What makes you decide that we're supposed to do 30?
What's
like, how
that?
do you know by looking at that?
What's that, Gary?
Like, how do you determine that we should go to a 30?
Okay, so if you've missed the trade, okay, so let's say for instance, like here, USD TRY. Let's say you've missed the trade, but you want to get on this trade, but you've missed it. Okay. So, and that's for everyone. So here's the buy signal here on USD TRY. So let's do that. All right. So here is the buy signal where we should have gotten in on the 240 right here. All right. But we know that the price is all the way up here. So we shouldn't miss these trades, but we will from time to time, right? So let's say we missed the trade here on the 240, but we want to capture some of this move. Then you can try to get an entry on the 30-minute. All right. So because the trend is still long, it's in the markup phase. So what we're looking for is to get a reversal, a pullback, okay, catch a pullback on the 30-minute. All right. So let's do that. Okay. So remember, USD TRY here, 240. We're gonna bring it in on the 30-minute. So USD TRY. Okay, so here it is on the 240. Okay, and here, all right, here it is on the 30-minute. All right, so here's the 30-minute time frame. All right, so there's been a few opportunities to trade it long. And so all we're doing is we're capturing, Gary, all we're doing is we're capturing this move on the 240 we're capturing it on the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so let me open it up. So we know we're in the markup phase, all green candles, right? Bullish, very bullish. So we're gonna bring it out on the 30-minute, all right? And here on the 30-minute, we could have bought here, sold here, all right? Bought here, sold here, and now we've got a buy signal here, tested resistance here, okay? So rather than, I would rather see traders do this, rather than trying to get in here, right? You've missed the trade here, right? You've missed the trade on the 240, rather than getting in here, right? Right, and then your buy signal is all the way down here. You can get in on the 30-minute, right? And get in on a new buy signal right here. You see that, Gary?
Yeah. So basically, if you missed if you missed the buy-in for the longer time, then you go shorter to see where you can come in again.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Appreciate
But we,
that.
yeah. But we use the 240 as our foundation. All right. So we know it's in the markup phase. Buyers are in control. We always, when we trade on the 30-minute, if we bring in our 30-minute, it always has to be in the direction of the overall trend. All right. So we don't want to go short. We wouldn't want to go short here. We would want to look for only longs, only buying opportunities to go long. Okay. Because we want to take advantage of this trend here, moving higher. Okay. Understand though, when we trade on the 30-minute time frame, we need to monitor the trade a lot closer. All right. Because guess what? Every candle is 30 minutes, right? Rather than the 240, every candle is a forward time frame. All right. So just know when you trade it on the 30-minute time frame, you need to monitor it a bit more. All right. Good question, though. Good question. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other
Yeah,
David,
David,
can
where
you-
do you see the Nasdaq or the S&P going?
Where do I see the Nasdaq or the S&P going? Zaire, let's take a look here.
Yeah.
All right. Understand that so this is the Dow, S&P, Nasdaq, and then we've got the Russell right here. All right. This is a weekly time frame. All right. So we normally track the daily time frame, Zaire. But on the weekly time frame, we consider what's really happening. And right now, it's down. All right. So until things change, where I see it going is down. Okay. It's in the markdown phase, right? It's in the markdown phase. If we brought in a daily time frame, so let's take a look at the S&P. Understand all the sectors are still down, right? So here are the major indexes, they're down. All the sectors are down, right? Sometimes I know when, we'll get a day of buy-in and sometimes it looks like everything is turning around, but we have to respect these phases. So here is the weekly time frame on the S&P right here. We have a sell signal, sell short right here. All right, so let's put on a daily. All right, so here's a daily time frame. Right here. So here is the daily, right? Here's the daily sell short signal right here. Sellers are definitely in control. All right. So we've got a sell short signal, red candles on the daily, here on the weekly, same thing, sell short signal, right? We would have to see buying come in, Zaire. Let's take a look at and I don't even want to take, I mean, we can look at the 240. Let's see here, 240. All right, even under 240, we've got selling. All right, so right here, even under 240, we've got selling here. So as far as your question, right now it's short. All right, short. It's moving down. Yeah, it's moving down.
All right, thank you, David.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, we could get some buy-in come in, right? I mean, we could get some buy-in, right? It doesn't, remember, these prices they don't go down in a straight line, right? Right, they're gonna go down, right? Come back up. So we could see price come up. All right. All right, could probably come, it could come, the S&P could come back all the way up to this support right here. As a matter of fact, the S&P could come all the way back up to this moving average right here. All right, and then come back down. All right, we'll see once we get white consolidating candles. All right, we'll watch it a lot closer on the daily time frame. All right, if we get green candles kind of like this, then now it's time to really pay attention. That means the buyers are definitely back in control, but we are a long way from that. We are a long way from that. All right.
David, can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, Gerald.
Hey, David. Hey, on that yen pair, 240.
What's that?
On the yen pair, on the 240.
Okay.
USD JPY.
Okay. On the 240. All right. Let's pull that up.
I see it flirting with the support, the resistance on that. I was wondering what your analysis on that flirtation of that resistance.
Okay. What are you looking to do, long or short on it? Let's see here. You said long?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the JPY, yen, USD, JPY. So I see the white candles, the consolidation there and the support. I was just wondering what your analysis on that flirtation of that support there.
Okay, so let's see here. All right, so we have a sell short signal, right? We do not have a buy signal. That buy signal closed here. So that sell short signal, let's do this.
I'm looking to get back on that long one. I believe it could possibly go back up.
Oh, okay.
Just keep an eye on it. I was just wondering what you thought about it.
Okay. So the dollar yen in particular is a tricky pair to trade because it doesn't follow really any of the pairs here. It's part of the yen group, all right, but it's also part of the dollar group here. So if you look here, Gerald, the yen pairs are moving lower, but the dollar pairs are moving higher. So the dollar yen in particular, it does its own thing. All right. So let's take a look at where it is right now. So that's resistance right there. Here is support. Let's call resistance right here. Here is support right here. We've got pretty good support right here. It did break support. This candle right here is where it broke support, and it gave a sell short signal right here on this candle here. This is where the sellers came in, all right, and went short. So far, it's failing, okay, but it's still holding the trade, right? It hasn't broken any resistance yet, okay? So it's still holding the short, all right? Let's do this here. This is a bigger area here, all right? We've got some support here. What we would like to see with this pair to really go short is for it to get back down, some selling to come in, get back down and break this area in here. All right, this is pretty good
Okay.
support here. If it breaks
All
this
right.
area here, even if, let's say for instance, it does have a sell short signal. If we can get just a red candle, and these are really good trades, right? Once we get white candles and then a seller to come in, right? That's really good. That means the selling is back. The sellers are back, all right, pushing the price lower, right? We do have a sell short signal, but it's holding right here. What could happen, what we don't want to happen, is that buyers come in, right? Buyers come in and then push the price higher, testing this resistance. This sell short signal would close. And then what will happen is this. Guess what? We'll have another buy signal up in this area here on the long chart. Okay, so if it gets, so follow me for a second. It's a bit tricky. This one is tricky, all right, because it can go either way, either way. What you have in your favor, if you want to go long, what you have in your favor is that, guess what? Here is your markup phase, okay? You see that? You see
Yeah.
that? There was a long trade here, right? This long trade here failed, right? Bought here, got out here. This long trade here failed, all right? So it's struggling to make new highs, but guess what? If it can get up, your better trade is long because you're going with the direction of the trend, all right? So yeah, so if you're looking for longs, that's good. It's part of the dollar group, all right? So it's a dollar yen. So guess what? You've got the dollar here on your side, but like I said,
Yeah.
dollar yen is a bit tricky. That's its own thing sometimes. Okay. But yeah, if you were going to go short, just be careful, take a small position. Your better trade would be here. All right. But understand that the yen pairs too, the yen pairs have been moving lower. So it can go either way, is what I'm saying. It can go either way. It can go either way. Good question. Good question. Any other pairs you guys want to take a look at? Anything else? Keep an eye on, I know we don't talk about this system a lot, Forex Dominator. All right, we track on the weekly time frame. This is the weekly time frame on Forex Dominator. And what I wanted to show you guys are some of what the dollar pairs are doing. And you always want to pay attention to the longer time frames. Okay, so you hold on to these trades, guys. All right, so if you take a look at USD CNH, that's on the weekly time frame. Okay, look at this here. That's a buy signal here. That's on the weekly time frame. Okay, nice markdown phase, nice markdown phase, buy signal. Every candle is a week's worth of data. All right. USD CHF, that's the Swiss. All right, same thing. Buy signal here, broke this resistance. Look at this here. All right. So nice moves in these dollar pairs, okay? Here is a one to keep an eye on. Dollar CAD, it hasn't broken out yet, right? It has a buy signal right at this resistance right here. All right, so this is a good one to keep an eye on. All right, it's lagging. Dollar CAD is lagging. Okay, so if you guys missed any of the other opportunities here, keep an eye on dollar CAD.
I was thinking dollar CAD was going to eventually trend down. You can get into a possible short.
Okay,
But not really, huh?
I don't see that.
You don't see it? Okay.
No, I don't see
Okay.
that. Yeah. It's lagging. It is lagging, but guess what? It's here. If we were looking for shorts, Gerald, it would have to be testing support down in here. And it's not. It's testing resistance right here. Okay. And it's a dollar pair, so it will follow the dollar move, but it's lagging, right? Right now it's at Dollar CAD, it's all the way down here on the weekly time frame. It's consolidating at 14. Okay, but if you look here, it's testing the upper band. So if you look here, it's testing resistance. Here is the price right here. Here is this buy signal. This buy signal came in last week, all right, to go long, and here is the price right here. All right, so yeah, not short. Shorts you will be looking at. We've got, look at this. Green candle, green candle, green candle here, green candle here. We could count this. All right, look here, look what price is doing. All right, so we've got, look here, you got higher lows. You see that right here, price is moving up. All right, and this is pretty good resistance right here. All right, so this is one to keep an eye on. So Gary, you were looking for, if you've missed some of these opportunities with the dollar pairs, this is a one here, because look here. All right, and it's got a nice triangle here. Price is being squeezed.
You're saying go weekly on this?
Yeah, this is the weekly. So look here, right? So price is right here. Here's that, right? It's trending up, right? It's holding. Price is getting squeezed here. Here is resistance. Support is all the way down here. All right, we can get a big push, a big candle. I suspect a big candle will come in. Some big buyers will come in and push that price higher, breaking that resistance. Okay, similar to what happened over here. All right, similar to what happened over here. Look at that, big buyer came in to move the price higher here. All right, so I would watch it on the 240. All right, watch that on the 240. All right, so yeah, Gerald, not short, definitely not short. Look for longs here.
Yeah, you know, I didn't filter to weekly, and I see that now. I see it clear as day.
Yeah,
Clear as day now.
Yeah. When who was it? Who was it? Oh, Anthony said, when in doubt, zoom out.
Yep, he's right. I didn't zoom out, and I see it clear as day right now. That you see it.
Yeah. So this is a great, and everyone, this is a great setup here. All right, this is a great setup that's happening here. We could definitely see this price break out. All right, similar to here. They're setting up for a breakout. All right, on dollar CAD. All right. On the weekly time frame, let's take a look at the yen pairs, right? The yen pairs, so here is the dollar pair, right? Here is the dollar here, all right? On the weekly. So what phase are we in on that weekly?
Weekly, that's markup.
That's markup, right? So that's markup. So let's go back here, right? That's dollar yen. Guess what? That's short. Be careful with that short, right? Look at that long, because guess what? If we look here in Forex Dominator, guess what? We're a long way from selling, right? I mean, look at these weekly candles here, right? So a lot of buying. All right, so we're definitely not in the markdown phase. So any shorts, can you take that short position? Absolutely. All right, but know that if it gives that sell signal to get out of that short, you've got to get out. Switch hats. All right, we've got to be flexible. If it breaks this resistance right here, it's going to give us another buy signal, and then we would jump in. Okay, and that's how we want to look at these trades, right? We can always go short. All right, we can always go short. Understand that, and this is why I want us to start paying close attention to the weekly time frame. All right, weekly time frame that we need to stay with the trend. But if we do take a short, know that, guess what? You're going against the overall trend. All right, you're going to, and if you do that, understand that if it doesn't, if it goes against you, get out, but don't give up. Get out, understand where you are in that trade, right? Where you are in that phase, right? Wait for that buy signal and get back in rather than giving up on the trade altogether. All right. So it's an amazing trade on the weekly time frame. I don't even want to count the amount of pips on here. An amazing trade here. Now New Zealand yen, all right, that's a bit different. Right here we got purple support and resistance, right? It failed, all right, it failed resistance right here, failed resistance. It's back in the box. So let's do this here. And I know we've got shorts. There are more short opportunities there. So it's a bit different. So here is resistance, is support on the this on the weekly time frame. All right. I'll say here is, all right, here is resistance or here. And guess what? It's coming down. If it gets, we see some selling right on the New Zealand right here. We see all this selling right here is on the 240. All right, on the 240. So what we'd like to see is price continue to come back down. Okay, back in the box right here. And I know Stella, was it Stella? Stella, yeah, you traded New Zealand yen. Okay, Stella, watch your positions. Watch your positions. I think you put it on the 240. Watch your positions closely this week. And what you're hoping for is for follow through. You need this to come back down. All right. Are you still holding these, Stella?
Yeah, I'm holding them, but they're not looking good.
Yeah, they pull back quite a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
But I know you want to trade on the 240 and not the 30. You can always go to the 30 and manage them on the 30. All right.
Okay.
But what I would like you to do, okay, because of your time constraints, right? Just stick with the 240. Okay. If you really have to, you can exit on the 30-minute, but try to stick with at least one of them. At least let one of them work through, because if you, let's say for instance, euro yen, right? Here was your short and you got your entry was really good, right?
Yeah, euro yen is my best one so far.
Okay. So sellers are still in control. Yes, it's going to do that, right? It reversed a bit, but guess what? Sellers are still in control. All right. I want you to pull up a weekly time frame side by side. All right, and watch the weekly and then see what this weekly does.
Okay.
Okay, and what you're hoping for is this, and this will help you stay in the trade on the 240. All right, what you're hoping for is this, and that will help you manage the trade. What you're hoping for on this candle right here, Stella, this candle right here, here's the week. This was last week, right? When the price came down. Right here is where the price opened this evening. And what you want this candle here, this current weekly candle, to keep coming down. Keep coming down, okay? Back into your box.
Okay.
Okay, so back into your box, break this support resistance. Previous resistance is now support. Okay, and you want to get it back into the box, coming back down. This will help your trade here to kind of come back down. Okay, so so this will help you. This will help you kind of stay focused on holding holding this trade because you want to hold this trade. All right, you want to
Okay.
hold it because it's
Thank you.
right now it looks like it's failing. Okay, but it needs to get back in here, close, right? Close that buy, and then get back in this area, start testing support. Okay. Now, if it doesn't do that, right? So if it doesn't do that, right, and now it keeps going higher and higher, then pay close attention to this. If you get a white consolidating candle, all right, a white consolidating candle, then you might want to get out of the trade.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll watch for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, but don't get out prematurely.
Okay.
You're still good. All right. Don't wait for a green candle. Okay, on the 240. Normally you could, but I know you don't want to keep as much profit as possible. So don't wait for a green candle on the 240. All right, a white candle is sufficient. But I think the price will come back down, right? Test this support. All right. And if you have any concern about it, you can always text me during the week. All right. All right. Anything else? Any other questions on anything? I want you guys to start paying attention when you're on the two things I want you guys to look at. Your timing your entries on the 30-minute and using your weekly, okay, as your foundation to keep you in the trade. All right, to keep you guys in the trade. We're looking at the market right now. The market is, the futures is moving a bit higher right now, but that could change in the morning. All right, that could change in the morning. All right. Any other questions for me before we leave? Stay with the dollar. All right, that's been the theme. So stay with the dollar, guys, right?
How about that what is it? HUF, US dollar, HUF.
All right, CNH, was that the one? Okay, show me here. USD
yeah.
HUF. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. USD HUF looks good. Looks good. You got into this one, right, Cheryl?
Yeah, I did. I was just wondering if there was going to be new support and resistance drawn on that. And when,
Not yet. And guys, this is Cheryl's first trade, so congratulations.
Yeah.
But
it is my first one. I was nervous about it.
Yeah. So this is your test, is just kind of stay in and hold on. All right.
Yep.
So it looks good. All right. It looks good. Here is our buy signal here on a break of this resistance. We've got all green candles, nothing to do. All right. So the next part here, the next thing we want to look for are new support and resistance lines, and we don't have that yet. All right, but it's holding. If you look here, you're right, it's holding good. It's holding really well. All green candles, nothing to do. So just hold on to it. Okay, hold on to it. It's on the 240. So you've got time. You don't have to stay up and watch it overnight. Okay, just let it do its thing. All right. And you also, Gerald, if you have any questions on this trade, just get with me. All right. But we want to build those habits early. We want to build those habits early. We want to stay in these trades. All right. We want to stay in these trades. On the weekly, you're welcome. On the weekly, let's take a look at it. USD HUF on the weekly. All right. USD HUF. Here it is right here on the weekly. And that's why I want you guys to start, don't trade on the weekly. All right. Or don't trade on the smaller time frames. Use the 4 hour, but time your entries on the 30, even the 60. And on the weekly, all right, use it as a foundation. Okay. If you guys look here, look what's happening here on the weekly. All right, so Gerald, this is your trade. Look here, it's clearly in the markup phase, guys. All right, clearly in the markup phase. All right, that's reaccumulation, right? Right, it broke resistance right here, broke resistance right here. And guess what? All green candles, right? Right here, this is this week right here. Green candles moving higher. Sellers are not near this. They're not anywhere near this. And guess what? You've got green candles right here. All right, so that's your confirmation.
So there
Okay.
could be a possibility of showing up my position, even if I get new support and resistance on that.
What's that, Gerald?
I could get an opportunity to show up my position a little stronger as well.
You mean what? Add into your position?
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that yet.
No, not yet, but it could be once I get those new support and resistance to come in.
Yes, yes. So once you get new support and resistance to come in, right? If it breaks resistance,
Right.
yes, that's an opportunity to add to your position.
Add to that. Yep.
Yeah. But since this is your first trade, I wouldn't do that. All right. I wouldn't do that. Just let it do its thing. All right. All right. Good job. Good job, Gerald. Any other questions? Any other questions? Focus on the dollar. Go ahead. Hey, Danny, go ahead.
Hello. The NZD USD, is that about to create an uptrend because it's already basically done with the downtrend? NZD, New Zealand USD.
Okay, so let's take a look here. NZD USD, awesome trading. Are you in this, Danny?
No, not yet. I'm waiting for it to give me a buy signal.
Okay, to go along. Okay, it's in a sell short signal right now. Really nice trading. It's not near yet. It's not, no, it's still in that markdown phase, redistribution. Okay. Buyers they're not in it yet.
Not here yet. Mhm.
All right. We can take,
If it breaks that resistance, does you think it'll give a buy signal, or would not yet if it breaks?
No, it would have to get anywhere near a buy signal. It would have to get near this this support, which is now resistance, would have to get back in the up in this area here.
Okay.
Okay, so it's got a long way to go. Yeah, it's got a long way to go. Yeah, this current resistance right here, that's not part of a accumulation phase. That's that resistance, and that's a good point. A lot of times when we look at these resistance, support and resistance within the markdown phase, sometimes we assume that these resistance here is a turnaround. Yeah, but it has to get above. It has, not only does it have to break that resistance, but it has to get back above that moving average right here, consolidate for a time. So that's what I'm saying, right? It would have to get up in this area in here, break this resistance. So that's your turnaround. Yeah, it has to turn around, right? So it has to accumulate, turn around, and break this resistance here. This resistance, yeah, too early. All right, this resistance here would be perfect. This resistance up here would be too late, right? If it gets up and breaks this resistance, that's in that markup phase. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, so this resistance here, breaking this resistance, it would be perfect. All right.
Got it.
So yeah, so you're a long way from going long. And then look on the short side, right? Look what it's doing, right? That's purely, look at that. That's like a falling knife on the weekly time frame. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, so you could get so it's continuing to go. It's a great short though. It's an amazing short. This is an amazing short. All right.
Yeah, but it's too late to get in.
It's too late to get in. Yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely too late to get in on any time frame. I can look at it here, and on any time frame, it's too late to get in. Yeah, yeah. So it's too late to go short, too early to start thinking long. All right. A lot has to happen
Uh-huh.
to go long. All right. All right. Okay. Let's see here. New Zealand. Yeah. So if you wanted to look for something, if you wanted to take advantage of the New Zealand pairs, New Zealand Swiss might be a better opportunity. All right. So here's New Zealand Swiss. It's gone through that phase. Yeah, I don't like, I mean, it's very, very choppy. But if you look here, all right, and there are better trades than this, but if you guys look here, so this is on the 240. And like I said, there are better trades than this, but hey, if you, and here is a triangle, not a triangle, a channel here. So this is a perfect channel here on the 240. So if you wanted to take advantage long, all right, Daniel, with the Kiwi pairs, right? You could look for something like this. All right. All right. So if you got a buy signal on the 240, all right, on New Zealand Swiss, rather than trying to trade New Zealand, what was it, New Zealand CAD or New Zealand dollar? Which one?
New Zealand USD.
Yeah, New Zealand dollar, right? You could take a buy signal. I would be careful here. Here is where it failed. All right, it failed here, failed here, failed here. You guys see that? So this right
Yeah.
here is a pretty
Pretty
soft. What's that?
It's a pretty failing sign. It should give you a
Yeah.
sign to be
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah, but if it gets past, right, this right here that's a pretty tough channel here. It's failed 3 times, but if it can get past it, price gets above this area in here, right, then you should be good to go long. All right. So, and then that would open up here. All right. So this is kind of a big trade, right? On the weekly time frame, this is what it's doing on the weekly here. All right. So this is what it's doing. So if it opens up, let's see here. If it opens up, gets past this area here, I would say 63, 66. Let's see that 63, 66. So right here, perfect. Perfect. So 66 right here is, so if it gets above here on the weekly, gets above here, that will bring it right about in, wait a second. Okay, no, that would bring it, that's too far. That's too far. So anywhere in here, I would say about 64, 66 is higher up. So 66 is higher up, but anywhere. So if you get a, green candles in here, that would bring your price up past this area here. But this is tricky, Daniel, this is tricky. All right, there are other opportunities. Other opportunities. All right, all right. All right. Guys, that's it. All right. Have a great week. Keep an eye on the dollar. Trade these dollar pairs. We've had 3 opportunities to buy on the 240. So we want to stay in those trades. Bill, you still in your trades? In your dollar trade?
Still in, holding on. I got out of dollar CAD last week, but I'm still in the Chinese dollar.
Okay, good. Hold on to it. We'll see what Bitcoin does. All right, we'll see what Bitcoin does. This will be a big week to see if it holds that 30,000 support right in here. all right, or if it goes down to test that 20,000 support, all right, but keep in mind is in that markdown phase, we have a sell short signal, all right, so keep an eye on that, and we'll see what happens with the markets. Okay, we'll see what happened with the markets. Sellers are still in control though. Sellers are still in control. All right, guys, take care. Have a good evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.